Hello and good evening, people on the internet. Welcome to Bonus Stage. My name is Josh. I'm joined here by Tara, also known as TeraCMusic. How you doing tonight, Tara?
Yeah, doing well. Hello, everyone. So great to be here again. I know it's been a few years, so just super, super excited to finally be back on bonus stage. Thank you for having me, Josh. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I did have to look back in our history a little bit. The last time we had you on the show for a Let's Listen, anyways, was for the Crossing. Oh my God, sorry. It's been that long. Crossing Worlds. Yes, I knew it
Yep.
was. It was the Chrono Cross tribute that you did, which was so lovely. And you have actually been quite busy, not only musically but with life since then as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Lots of things. Got married, got a house, working full time at a game development, studio. So there's a lot. A lot can happen in even just like a year or so. It's crazy.
Living the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at your Bandcamp, of course. Tonight we're here for Twilight Excursions, Solistia to Ion.
Aionios, I think.
Okay, I'll let you pronounce that from now.
Aionios. Yeah. I think that's right.
Oh man, but between here and Crossing Worlds, yeah, we had your Warriors
Oh yeah.
release,
The single.
the single, yeah, with a lot of singles, honestly. And oh man, the little EP for Endless Sea, Xenoblade Chronicles tribute. Yeah, I'm picking up a theme. You seem to really like Xenoblade Chronicles, Tara.
Yes, I do. And I mean, I'm working on an actual full Xenoblade album that'll be like about 20 tracks, but that's going to take a while. And this is hopefully gonna help people like just to stave them over, hold them over until I finish that big project. But yeah, Xenoblade music has been doing really well on my channel, and I just love the compositions. They are so beautiful, gorgeous, like really well written, well composed. So it's something that I am really into, and I feel like the fan base likes it a lot. So that's kind of why I've been opting for that. And Octopath as well. Octopath 2 had great music as well. So that's why they're both featured on this EP.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah. I played Octopath One. It wasn't titled Octopath One,
Right.
but yeah, I haven't actually played two, so it'll be nice to hear your renditions first.
Yeah, okay. I like it.
Oh man, I did love the music of the first game, and I'm sure there's a lot of those similar vibes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Twilight Excursions, Solicitude to Aionios. I'm just
It's
just gonna
okay.
fudge that
Just say
word.
Twilight Excursions. It's all right.
Twilight Excursions. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, we've got 6 tracks on this EP, as it were. Just a little offering, folks, until the promised full Xenoblade Chronicles tribute album. Oh my god, that's going to be amazing. Yeah, and then sorry, my brain just kind of turned off for a second. Let me reset. Um, Yeah. So, apart from a little bit of an offering, what made you kind of put Twilight Excursions together?
So it was initially my Winterlands night cover that I did last year, and that was for Soundle's Chill Out cover competition, actually. And that kind of prompted me to look more into just night themes in general. Because I mean, Octopath 2 has a ton of them. Octopath 1 didn't really utilize any kind of night day time thing, but Octopath 2 does. And Xenoblade has been known to do that, just like the whole series. And so that's kind of why I opted to look into Xenoblade 3 night themes as well. I've already done a lot of Xenoblade 2, and those are going to be on the full album. Xenoblade 3 is not slated to be on the full album. That's why I was like, maybe I'll just use that for the EP instead. And because it's a newer game and everything, and I played it through, and it was phenomenal, amazing game. So yeah, I just kind of had that idea of like, I kind of want to do like a night theme album. And what's awesome about it is that Twilight Excursions can just extend to any game that has night themes, right? I can do Twilight Excursions and then the other world map names, right? So I thought that'd be kind of a cool thing. Like if I'm in a rut and don't know what to do, I can just like do a quick EP, and that'll be like a little theme that we've got going for like myself and my artist channel and things like that. So yeah.
No, that's really cool. I love that idea. So the night themes, I guess maybe you can answer to either game, Octopath or Xenoblade. Just because I'm not familiar with the soundtracks, are they kind of like a dynamic soundtrack where kind of the instrumentation changes for the night, or are they completely new compositions?
Yeah, so they're pretty much the exact same melodic content, like almost all of them. And then they just change the instrumentation. Sometimes they change the tempo depending on the game, because Octopath 2, I think, pretty much keeps the tempo. And they have some crazy seamless transition, because all you have to do is press a button to transition from night to day and then from day to night. And so they had to find a way to switch over the two compositions seamlessly, and they do a phenomenal job of it. Xenoblade, I think they change tempo a little bit more, make it a bit slower, and yeah, definitely change, like go from guitar to piano and have vocals when there wasn't in the day version and things like that. So it's kind of like a mix of two like different elements that they kind of change for the two different versions.
Right on. And then just like preparing the listeners for what they're going to be hearing, all of the instrumentation is done by yourself. Is that right?
Yeah, all the arranging and recording and mixing and all that stuff is by me. There's one track, the very first track for the Aionios side, Xenoblade side, that has Rob Kovac's 88-bit for the piano, but he is the sole collaborator of the EP. Everything else is all me. So.
Wow. All TeraCMusic all of the time. Yes, please. Oh my God. Well, I would love to kick us off and get the first track rolling here. Why don't you tell us what we're going to listen to here?
Sure. So the first track is called Beyond the Sands, and these first three tracks are all from Octopath Traveler 2, and then we'll move on to Xenoblade 3 after that. But Beyond the Sands, it's in one of the areas where there's a lot of sand. It's a desert, and the night theme actually has an eru, which is super, super pretty. But I decided to opt for like a violin and viola type thing. So, yeah, I just want to kind of add my own flair to it, but also still keep that integral core of the piece itself. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoy.
Beautiful. Yeah. And we're just going to listen to one track at a time. This is
Yeah.
not like we were doing with the Shovel Knight album. We're going to be really digesting these tracks. So we'll be right back after this. Let's
Listen.
So beautiful, Tara. Such a gentle start to this album. Beyond the Sands. That's nice. Like it paints a nice picture, especially with like twilight, nighttime. Just like, I mean, what looks more calm and peaceful than like a desert at night? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and yeah, excellent job on the violin. Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, they got some viola in there as well. So some fun stuff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so you said this is from Octopath Traveler 2,
Yep.
Going Beyond the Sands. Is this like, is this area like typical to or tied in a plot to like a specific character or anything?
Sort of, yeah. So it's just like an area theme. And this one is tied to Hikari
Mhm.
and his whole plot of what he has to do for his character arc. But what I really wanted to do is kind of have the entire EP be almost like its own adventure. Like you're literally traveling from that area, right, all across Solistia, and then you end up in Aionios and you travel more in Aionios kind of thing. So it's kind of like you're just traveling, you're adventuring, you're just doing this excursion at night, hence Twilight Excursions. And yeah, you're just enjoying the peaceful aspect of the music, not like the boss fights and the random encounters and all that other stuff. It's just like not just peaceful, just trip around the maps at
Yeah,
night.
yeah. Tune in, cozy gamers.
Yeah.
This is something you don't want to miss. Oh my god. Yeah. So Beyond the Sands, and where are we heading next?
So we're going from that area to the Harbor Lands. And that's the name of the track is the Harbor Lands. And that's, as you guess, you have a harbor. So we're like getting ready to sail across to the next area afterwards. So that's kind of why I ended up doing the track list that way. But yeah, the Harbor Lands was actually supposed to be the Crestlands initially. I haven't finished that. I did start the arrangement and start recording, and then I realized it was going to take me way too long to do. And so I shifted to something that seemed a bit easier for me to finish in a timely manner and just like a bit longer of the source material, I believe. The track itself is a little bit longer than Crestlands is. So I decided to shift to Harbor Lands. It actually works out really well because the way they have it set is perfect for me too. So, yeah, we're going to listen to that one next, the Harbor
Awesome.
Lands.
And I should also mention that that folks in chat, you are not only privy to this pre-release debut, but some of you might even be able to win the album as a pre-release special. We are going to be handing out download codes for Bandcamp. If you would like to enjoy the chance to get one of those download codes for yourselves, we're going to do a keyword in chat tonight. Can you type "gimme" if you want that album? Just
Gimme,
all you got to
gimme.
do, you got to be a little bit active. That's all we want. We just want one word out of you, and that's just "gimme." If you would like to, I was going to say take home. You're probably already at home. If you would like to get Twilight Excursions in your home or your sound device, then yeah, just type "gimme" in chat, and we are going to be doing a giveaway after each second track. So we're going to do a giveaway right after the Harbor Lands. That's
Yep.
nice. Yeah, the ship's coming in, and it's going to give you a download code. Oh, sorry. Maybe I'll just make sure that it's just GIMME, and that should be
Mm.
it. Yeah. Anyways, folks, Harbor Lands. Let's
Listen.
Mm, mm. So peaceful. I've not sensed any danger at all.
You
That,
got the thing equipped where you don't have any random encounters at all.
yeah. Was that the story mode?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, beautiful. Bravo. Well done. Yeah,
Thank you.
Taladar said those backing vocals remind me of the Lord of the Rings online song you did. Yeah, why would Taladar say such a thing?
Um, that was a few years ago. I mean, there was a couple that I recorded for Bill Champagne, who is the composer for that particular update. Um, did I do backing vocals? I don't remember if I did back. Did I do backing vocals? Just trying to think. I thought I just had the melody.
Come on,
Uh,
Taladar, you're the expert.
Tell it our
Why
help.
don't you tell us?
It's been
Oh my
like
god.
4 years, almost exactly, actually, because I think they released it in July of 2020. So that was a long time ago.
Oh wow. That's amazing though. But yeah, like incredible vocals and violin,
Oh,
just like everything that I
ethereal.
expect from you,
Yeah, yeah,
Tara.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you, Ian. Appreciate
Wow.
it.
Yeah, we got a giveaway to do actually.
Woo!
I think we have one entrant. Let me just roll it here and see who won. Glotaku Party has won the giveaway. All right, nobody
Woo!
saw that coming. Okay, let me just you know what, Glotaku, during the next song, I will slide into your DMs here on Twitch. I will whisper you a download code and the link that you need to take it to redeem it. And folks, it's not too late. If you would also like to get the download code for Bandcamp and get this album for free, Tara's just given out two more. So
Yeah.
just say gimme in chat, and that is how you do that. Uh,
You will have to wait until 9 p.m. Pacific
Pacific, yeah.
time. Or actually, I think I might be able to just like release the pre-order or something, and then it'll be okay. I just have to remember to do that at 9 p.m. But yeah, just wait a few hours, and you'll be able to have access to it once you get the download code.
Oh man. Well, you were saying it's been a few years since you did that Lord of the Rings track. I'm curious what the production timeline for all of these songs was, because you had that. I think you had the next track that we're going to listen to, and I think you played that even on bonus stage last September, if I'm not mistaken.
I might have.
I
Yeah.
know I've heard it before, and I think that would have probably been one of the few places I heard it.
Yeah, that one was definitely kind of like lumped in because I already made it and make it easier, right, to have something that's already done. But in general, I feel like, let me check my history here. But it's probably been a few months. Well,
Months, okay.
started I started the spreadsheet in November 7th of last year. I didn't really make too many updates or much headway on it until I would say like maybe February. That's when I started to like go really hard because I literally like had moved into this place. We got this at the end of February. And that's when I was like, okay, I need to go hardcore. I finally have carpet. Like I can go and record and, be like super just like focused on it after work, like almost every single day. And was trying to do that as much as possible. So I would say, yeah, definitely at least like 6 months. So
Not bad at all, though, and for doing it all yourself too.
mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's kind of like the workflow that you're accustomed to. It's just been you've had so many life things kind of interrupting that process. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, no, incredible work in that amount of time. Yeah. Well, I guess yeah. You kicked your feet up on this one. Coming up next, the Winterlands, and well deserved as well. It's a beautiful rendition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to give us like a little preamble about the Winterlands?
Sure. Yeah, I think so. It was one of the first tracks that I heard in Octopath Traveler 2. I started with Throne, and she's like on that side of the map. And I think I was also going through Oswald, which kind of starts in that kind of area as well. So it's like one of the first tracks that I had heard in the game, pretty much. And that's when it was just beautiful. Like the day version was really pretty, and then when I realized that you could change it to night, I listened to the night version, and I was just in complete awe because it was gorgeous, and I thought that like that maybe I had composed it myself. Like it was so me that I was like, how did I write this like and not know it? Because like even just all the night themes pretty much because they utilize vocals, and they just have that kind of quality to it that is very reminiscent of how I do my arrangements. So I just got so excited and I was like, I have to cover this. I have to cover this. And then obviously exploded into more tracks I felt like I had to cover. But this is like the first one where I was like, oh my God, this is so me. And just have to do it. So yeah, it's kind of a combination of the night and day theme, this particular one.
Okay.
When we do the repeat, it kind of goes more into the day theme with, or the day version with the violin and the viola and the strings. But I do try to kind of marry the two a little bit the best I can. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, I totally picture you just like putting on night mode all the time for the music. Oh
Yeah,
my
pretty much.
god. Awesome. All right, folks. Well, this is the Winterlands. Let's
Listen.
Mm, mm. Yeah, you were saying backstage how the violin, like the strings, just kind of warm up that track. I definitely, yeah, definitely noticed the shift in the
Sun's
middle there.
rising, you get the snow maybe melting a little bit. Who knows?
Yeah, it's still crisp, but you're feeling a little bit of the sunbeams on your face. It's
Mm-hmm.
nice. Mm. And yeah, excellent use of your voice as well. Lali lule lo.
Yeah. Hallelujah, lula, le hello, hallelujah. Yeah, it's like a lot of L's and maybe some H's, and there's usually a little bit like a S and T thrown in there somewhere, but
Yeah.
that's kind of what they opted for, and it works. It's nice and nothing too harsh in terms of the consonants, and so it kind of helps with that ethereal vibe.
hmm So this one was already done,
Yeah.
and then you started working on the others. I'm curious what like the mix and master was like. Was it really easy to just kind of like lift the sounds that you were using from this track and inform the rest of the mix and master with that?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. So when you have singles, you don't really have to master.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So I just kind of made a couple of very subtle tweaks here and there. Heard maybe some of those artifacts when things are lined up such a way. So I was trying to just fix some of the very very small things that probably most people don't even notice, but clean that up. Might have done a little bit more post, but then yeah, just kind of was able to export the pre-master and then just put it in with the rest of the tracks, and it was pretty easy. So
Mhm. Nice, nice. And then we do have the question from Taladar in chat. Who did the album art? Let's take a look at this album art here, folks. This is just really beautiful. And from what I understand, this is a collaboration, as it were, with yourself and City Get Art. City
I don't
Get
know how to say it yet. But basically I drew a picture of what I was thinking of,
Art.
and I sent that to the artist, and they were able to kind of recreate it and make it look as beautiful as it is. I did end up having to do some tweaks to it. That's just me being super picky, and things like that, but in general I think that the end result was really really pretty, and yeah, I'm really happy with it, and they were too. They said it was probably the best work that they've done as well, so that makes me happy to know that they also really enjoy their work, and they're proud of it, so yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm assuming that when you offered them like a sketch, it was a little bit informed from some of the landscapes in the games.
Yeah, so I sent them pictures of, so that tree in the back is actually a Sophronia tree from Xenoblade series. It's a beautiful, like pink peachish tree that glows, especially at night. Is gorgeous. So I sent a picture of that, and then the fire, the flame is supposed to be the sacred flame from Octopath, and that's why it's blue. So we have kind of both elements in play in the artwork. And then just beautiful, like aurora, like northern lights or what have you, just because that is also evident in Xenoblade. You can definitely see a lot of that. And then lots of the mountains and things like that that are, you can see that in both games. So yeah, there's a lot of like mix and mingling, of the two games in that artwork, just to kind of really marry together the two worlds into one, the best I could. So,
Yeah, and it's got your signature little green bow as well.
yes, it does. I had to. I had to have them add it. So yeah, it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, yeah, does justice for the awesome music. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is where we have a paradigm shift, as it were. We've now crossed the borders between Octopath and Xenoblade,
Mm-hmm.
the Solistia and.
Aionios.
All
Yeah.
right, yay! You said it for me. Thank you so much. But yeah, so we've come a long way. Our next destination in this excursion is, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Kevez Colony.
Yep. Kevis Colony. Yep.
Kevas Colony. All right, Xenoblade. I know. Okay, I played the first Octopath game. Okay, great. I still have not touched, even though you have been on this show several times, even though Audio Mocha has been on this show several times. I still haven't touched a Xenoblade game. Give us a little taste of what the Kev's colony.
Keves colony. Yeah, so that track, let me get into my thing here. It's a beautiful piece. It's also, so I think you hear it whenever you're in any colony that's considered the Keves like race. It's I'm not sure like the best way to describe it, but let's just say like I think they're considered like races in a sense, but not really. It's really confusing, but I think people who know Xenoblade know what I'm talking about. But any kind of colony that is marked under the Kevis like rule, you hear this music at night. And then similarly for like Agnes, which is after Kevis, it's the castle, but Agnes has their own colony music as well. Whenever you're in a colony that's marked under the Agnes rule, then you hear that music. So this you can hear pretty often in Xenoblade 3. It's again beautiful track. The piano, I kind of knew that it was going to take me way too much time to learn and play and record myself and be able to film it too. So that's why I was like, you know what? I haven't had a collaboration with Rob like ever. And he's a phenomenal pianist. He's on here on Twitch. He's been on the front page on Twitch several times. Like he is all around an awesome dude. So he was willing to record the piano for me. I gave him the sheet music, the best I could, transcribe of it, and I think he probably made some tweaks. But yeah, he was able to record it, no problem for me. He did a great job. It's a real piano, so it sounds better than the other piano we've been hearing thus far, because it's actual, true, authentic piano. And yeah, he just completely nailed his part, and it made my job so much easier. So yeah, excited for you guys to hear this one.
Yeah, I can't hold it back after an intro like that. All right, folks. Yeah, this is Kevis Colony. Let's
listen.
I mean, for a first collab with Rob, you knocked it out of the park. I mean, that's just gorgeous. Oh my god, I don't like. You really didn't need much more than just the two of you there.
Yeah, that's the original is very simple in nature, and I just kind of took it like the original and just had him play the piano, had me play the violin, and like everything else is pretty much the same. Yeah, he did a phenomenal job. And when I listened to his part for the first time, I was just like, oh my god, I have to record, I have to record, I have to record, because it just like really motivated me. 'Cause it's so beautiful, like just the touch, his touch on the piano, and it's just so beautiful. So
Yeah, good job, Rob.
woo, yay, Rob!
And you too, Tara. Honestly, yeah,
Thank you.
you two paired so well. I would love to see a performance of that perhaps sometime. That would be
That would be
amazing.
cool. I mean, he goes to MacFest and stuff, and you know, I if I'm at a convention where he is, like, I would love to perform that live with him. I think that would be like awesome. So it might happen. We'll see.
Belvedere stage, yeah,
Hmm.
be a fit, absolutely. Yeah, Taladar, that's right. These tracks are such a soothing
Yep.
vibe. Oh my god, it's just incredible. Actually, I failed to mention that that we were going to do another giveaway after that. So if you want this album, definitely just type "gimme" in the chat, and we'll get around to it. We got two more codes to give out tonight. Um, but yeah, oh my god, Kevis Colony, that was amazing. We were talking a little bit backstage because I am less familiar with the source material,
Mm.
and I'm definitely missing out if you've taken any like liberties with these arrangements. I think you were mentioning that this one was pretty much 1-to-1, and as you said earlier, like it was just a match. You really didn't need to do much else. But some of the other tracks, yeah, do you want to just like backtrack and shed a little light on that?
Yeah, sure. So, honestly, the Octopath tracks, because the source material was a bit shorter, that kind of gave me more liberty to make changes and kind of, you know, give it the Terra treatment, if you will. So like Beyond the Sands and Winterlands, definitely. Winterlands, because I kind of married the two, right? The night and day themes, put them together into one. Beyond the Sands, also, you know, in the second half, I added some, you know, like different instrumentation and things like that. Harborlands was pretty much 1-to-1. I just ended it, whereas in the game it loops. And so, yeah, there's not too many where I actually like really changed everything up. Kind of just kept it to the original because the source is just, they're all so well written. I didn't want to detract from that.
Mhm.
Um, so I would say Agnes Castle. I don't really think I made any changes to that one. And then the very last one, there are some changes, but it's mostly just like instead of it being like a clarinet or oboe, it's viola or something. You know what I mean? So like just changing the melodic instrument, but the rest is pretty much kind of like the same. So that actually helps with the release time of the EP too. If I don't have to put too much creative effort into like, you know, adding my own flair to every single track, then it's easier for me to finish. But yeah, I don't think it really changes too much. I think the tracks are beautiful on their own, you know, and the arrangements all hold their own too. So yeah, just a couple, basically. Long story short.
Nice. And even without the Terra treatment, they are definitely suited to your style so well.
Yes, they
Um,
are.
excellent, excellent choices on these soundtrack choices. Well, Agnes Castle, that is the next area that we are going on this Twilight excursion. Agnes Castle. What the heck is Agnes Castle? I'm thinking of beef for no good reason.
Angus. Yeah, so this track, don't forget about the giveaway too. Um, but this track, you don't really hear it much in the game, and it's really unfortunate.
Hmm.
You only hear it like a handful of times, maybe not even a handful of times. There is one big like cut scene in the game where you definitely hear it, and that's when I heard it, and I was like, "Oh my god, what is this track? I need to know what this is. This is gorgeous." And so yeah, definitely something that I wanted to highlight because you don't really hear it too much in the game, and I don't really know how many people like actually know the track and have heard the track in its entirety, because the cutscene's only so long, and so you only hear so much of the composition, right? Um, so I don't think this actually has too many covers. This might be the only vocal cover of it right now. So again, I just really wanted to, show the love of just how beautiful the composition is, and yeah, just kind of have it out there so more people hopefully will be able to listen to it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your service. I love people digging in the mines for those VGM
Mm-hmm.
gems. VGems. Oh my god, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking and we're gonna listen to some music, folks. This is Agnus Castle. Let's
Listen.
oof. Yeah. Only vocal cover in existence. Way to go, TeraCMusic.
Thank you.
Oh man, you got me curious. I don't know. I probably should have like looked this up when I wasn't live, but I want to look up the Agnes Castle Xenoblade 3 cover and see if there's anything
I
else.
don't think there is, but I could be
No,
wrong.
it's all just no, nothing comes up on my end. Wow. All right, that's a global debut. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's why I was like, man, no one's covered this. Come on. It's probably because people don't know it because it only happens in the very short cutscene. You don't really ever return to the castle after, and so it just feels like a really missed like opportunity, and kind of just forgotten about track. And that actually was supposed to be the closer. for
Oh.
the EP. But I didn't like how it doesn't end on a nice ending chord.
Mm.
It kind of just, you know,
Trails out.
yeah, but it doesn't actually like resolve. And I hate that. So I was like, this can't be the closer now. Although it's beautiful, it can't be the closer. So that's why I have the other track, the last track, as the closer instead. And that actually took me some time to figure out what track I wanted it to be. So, yeah, we can go more into that for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So like, so I mean, this whole process started 6 months ago. You had the Winterlands, then you had Beyond the Sands, the Harborlands, Kevis Colony, 100% certified Angus Castle, um,
Yep.
and then you were just left wanting. Like, how long did it take you to find that that last piece of the puzzle?
It took a bit because we were going through. I didn't have Alfredo Valley on the radar at all. It was supposed to be Ribby Flats for the Xenoblade, the like third Xenoblade 3 track. But then that one I listened to and I was like, it's okay, but I want something a little bit more. It just seemed kind of not. I don't want to be, punny, but flat. Um,
Ah,
and then my good friend Crit, he actually recommended Capricorn Peak instead. But that one is also very reminiscent of a track that I have already covered for Xenoblade 2 because I think it's the same composer, and she definitely took some inspiration from that other track that I covered, Oresco. Because there's definitely some moments where the chord progression is the same and the melody is even the same a little bit. So I was like, it's really, really pretty, but I don't want to do that because I want something different. So then finally I landed on Alfredo Valley, which I just say Alfredo, Alfredo Valley.
and Angus
um,
Beef Castle.
you're right.
That's a full meal. Oh my god.
So yeah, that wasn't initially intending to cover this last track, but I really do love it. It takes a bit to build, and it's a lot more ambient, atmospheric. But I do also believe that it's the perfect closer for the album. And I definitely changed up the instrumentation for the melodic instruments. Got the viola in there. I actually, little, what do I want to call it? Insider tip, I guess. Uh, so the original has a cellist. I didn't have time for that. So I took the viola and recorded the viola part an octave higher and then pitched it down an octave. So to the untrained ear, I don't believe people would be able to hear it. I can hear it a little bit in some notes that it's not an authentic cello, but for the most part, it sounds pretty good. So I was like, you know what? Just gonna do that and call it. And I think it worked out pretty well actually. So yeah, that's gonna be the last track for the whole EP. It's gonna be Alfredo Valley.
Oh my god. That's a pretty neat little production trick. Oh my god.
Taladar, I love that. Twilight Excursion to the fridge.
Yeah. All this talk of Alfredo and beef and
Yeah.
he's got
Neither
to
of us
get
have had
himself a
dinner yet, so.
yeah, he's got to get a little midnight snack as it were. The
Mhm.
Twilight Excursion. No, no, no. That's we're that I don't know. That's a dumb idea. Just having like a branch of this Twilight Excursion series that's about like getting a snack or something. Anyways, wow, we're so off the mark. Yeah, Alfredo Valley, final track on the album. After this, folks, we got a couple more download codes to give away. So definitely type "gimme" in the chat
Gimme,
if you would
gimme.
like one of those. Just type it once and type it right. But yeah, all right. We're gonna listen to the last track, folks. Alfredo Valley. Let's.
Listen.
Yeah, that's a closer for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We even had some drums in there that yeah, I think Taladar was asking any of the other tracks having percussion, and I don't
A little
really,
bit,
a little
but
bit,
not too many.
not like a drum kit.
No. So that I actually had asked Raul. Um, because I was like, what are they even doing? Because it's the most percussive one of all the tracks for sure. But he's like, yeah, I don't think that's a drum kit. It just sounds like a bunch of like these other instruments. And I'm like, okay, let me just like try to see if I have something similar sounding, and just like program it all. So Alfredo Valley has percussion. Kevis Colony does have very light percussion as well. The other ones, I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't think the other ones have really any percussion. I was trying to think if Agnus Castle had some, but it's mostly just harp and like that little plucky noise. I don't. I forget the forget the instrument for
The
it, but
mouth harp.
no, it was like
Sorry, you were going like this. So
it's- yeah, I don't know what it was called, but yeah, I think those are the only two tracks that have like actual percussion that I programmed. Um, yeah, it works well though. It's not like super hardcore or anything, and it definitely helps with how atmospheric and ambient Alfredo is. It definitely helps to have that little extra layer of rhythm in there.
yeah, yeah, and it feels like you're leading towards something a little bit more final as well. You know, you've
Yeah,
got, like you said earlier, like it takes a while to build up in that track, and it just kind of gathers everything and makes it feel like, okay, now we're gonna get, now we're done. Now we're
yeah. Like it
finally
felt
at,
like okay, our excursion is over. We've
yeah,
landed in Alfredo Valley, and now we're done.
yeah. You can take off your sandals, kick up your feet. Uh, yeah, be nice and cool, folks. This has been a very hot summer, so it's nice to just kind of like cool off a little bit, away from the heat of the day, with these nice chill tracks that Tara has made for us all. Yeah, I was asking backstage if there was any significance to the date of the release. I mean, you mentioned that we are close to the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 anniversary.
Yeah, so it feels so weird for me to have to like search. Like, did it actually? Okay, it was 2 years ago, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Oh, yeah, yeah. But yeah, okay, so Xenoblade 3 released July 29th, 2022.
Mhm.
But I wanted the release to be on a Friday, so that's why we opted for a couple days earlier on the 26th. And then I also mentioned the first Octopath game also released in July. Second one I think was in February. But I was like, July just seems like a nice time to do it. I didn't want to wait too long
Mhm.
before releasing it. So, and I felt like that was a pretty good deadline for me to be able to get everything done and submitted and, licensed and all that stuff, just based on the progress I had already made at that point. So, yeah, I just felt like a very attainable deadline. So that's kind of why I opted for it.
Awesome. Well, we're happy to have it. Yeah, folks, this is going to be dropping at 9 p.m. East or Pacific time, so that's
Yes.
like technically midnight on the East Coast.
Hmm.
And yeah, and then shortly thereafter, I'm sure on streaming platforms as well.
Yes.
Um, and yeah, if you want that link again, I think Taladar, you had that pinned. We've got the Bandcamp link there. I also have just an album link. If you want to go find that on your favorite streaming service and save that for listening when the release happens. And of
Mhm.
course, we do have a couple more codes. So if anybody wants to shoot one more gimme in chat there, we got another that we can draw. Um,
What?
yeah,
Free
Tara,
album.
well, I mean, now that this is done, I mean, I was going to ask what's next. You definitely leaked. I don't know if that's a leak or if it's public knowledge, but you did mention that you want to do like a full 20 track or so album of Xenoblade Chronicles music. So is that
Yes.
kind of like the next thing in your sights?
Yes, it is. I'm going to pull that spreadsheet up. One thing that you'll learn about me, I love my spreadsheets. So everything is, I've got a spreadsheet for it. If you're, it's like, what about this? Let me check the spreadsheet. So I have, how many is this? Yeah, I think I have right now, is that right? 12? Oh, there we go. 19 tracks that are pretty much set in stone in terms of like I want to arrange it and record it and have it on the album. There might be like a couple more tracks that I throw in after. There's definitely some that I'm not sure of, like if I want to cover it. But all of the ones that I've already released, so all of the Xenoblade, I think it's all been Xenoblade 2 tracks that I've done so far on my channel. So Garfont, Land of Moritha, Spirit Crucible Elpis, Oresco, Loneliness, Elysium, and The Dream. Those are all going to be on there. So I will go back into the mix, tweak anything if I need to, and then master it so that it works well in the whole album. Plus, we've got some other ones that I have in here. I will say Zanza the Divine is finished and uploaded to my channel. That might be released for Halloween. We'll see.
Nice.
Will be on there as well. I had Ro kind of help me a little bit with the color correcting for it. So yeah, that one's set, thankfully. But the other ones, I'm still kind of in the midst of finding collaborators and recording this, mixing that. So now that Twilight Excursions is done, I'll be able to focus more on that.
Nice, nice. And I know you've still been like taking time and settling into your new life and new situation, but I got to ask, do you have anything like any live appearances or performances coming up that you're excited about? Or ones that you're not excited about? You can talk about those too.
Well, I'm thinking, because I don't know if I have any like live performances or anything like that planned. I had applied to perform at MagWest and MagFest, and I didn't hear anything. So
What's wrong with your MagWest? Oh my god,
it's fine. But yeah, so I mean, I'm around. I'm try to stream here and there if I have time. But honestly, I've been really focusing on mentorship for like with my mentor, who's a lead audio designer at my company, because I want to get out of QA and get into audio, because that's what I'm truly passionate about. And so this mentorship, I have a project that I'm working on after hours, and hopefully I'll be able to use that to show leadership and see if there's a possibility for me to transition out of QA and into audio. So that's kind of like what I'm focusing on, like super like currently, like right now. But then that's only just a few more weeks of work, I think. And then I will be able to transition back to music and doing the Xenoblade album. So lots of things going on.
Yeah, lots of good busyness.
Yes.
That's amazing. Well, so happy for you, Tara. I'm glad that you've landed in a nice place and you're able to return to making some music for all of us people who really love your style so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Folks, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, I do have Beyond the Sands video that's going to be releasing tomorrow morning. Pacific time morning. It'll be 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern. So if you guys want to, the premiere, I should link you the premiere so we can post that so people can get the notification. Yeah. Hold on. But yeah, that one is done. Kevis Colony video is also done, so that'll be posted in a few weeks. And then I have to film and edit the other ones. I have to figure out what other ones I want to put on my YouTube. But let me just grab this link.
Oh, I got it.
You got it. Oh, yeah. Okay.
There you go, folks. There's the link
to
just Tara's YouTube channel, as well as to the Beyond the Sands cover video. Definitely get the notification when that goes live. That's going to be a real treat, as you heard already today.
I just love carpet looks like sand in the thumbnail. Like, it literally looks like sand. I was like, this is amazing.
Oh wow, yeah. So choice lighting on that, and you wouldn't know any better. Right. We got a few people entered to. We got Shay Violin has won one of the giveaways. All right.
Shay!
Yay, Shay! Congratulations on your copy of Twilight Excursions.
Solistia to Aionios. I had to think about it for a second.
Awesome. And I think we got, let's see, do we have one more that we can give away? Let's see.
I believe so.
Oh, we have to do it one at a time. Okay, if you still want a copy, one last chance to get your gimme in chat. I think we had Ranja in there with an entry. So yeah, Ranja, just type "gimme" in chat one more time, and anybody else who's listening, if you still want a chance, go for it. Yeah, folks. So I'm actually going to have next week off of Let's Listen, which is kind of
Ooh.
a weird thing to say. We've been going pretty steady, but we will be back in 2 weeks. We've got Faraga Records is
Oh.
releasing a album featuring Duzzled, who is an artist over there in Europe, and they've covered I believe it's called Rave in the Underground. It's an Undertale tribute
Oh,
rave
nice.
album. It's going to be really fun. And both Duzzled and Sare from the UK are going to be on to talk about that with us. So that'll be in 2 weeks. Yeah, otherwise, lots of stuff going on. If you are local to Vancouver, we've got our rock band karaoke happening tomorrow night, and we've got some shows that we're going to be announcing shortly too. So stay tuned to everything that we're doing over on bonusstage.ca, or you can find us on socials at bonusstage.van. That's van like Vancouver, not the van that I live in down by the river. All right, we got the last gimme. What? Oh, come on. You know what, Ranja? You said the thing. I'm not going to leave it to some automated bullshit. I'll just send you the code for the download.
Yay, Brenda!
Yay! Thank you very much. Thank you, Tara, for coming on the show. It's so nice to have you back after a while, and yeah, it was just nice to chat and catch up and listen to your
Absolutely. So
beautiful
much
music.
fun. Thank you for having me. I'm so glad you had the time slot available so you're able to do this. Like, it's awesome. Really worked out well. So super happy to be here and to chat with everyone.
Awesome. And thanks everybody in chat for showing up. Yeah, this episode will be on YouTube sometime next week if you missed it or want to share it with your friends. Yeah, and otherwise, yeah, I don't know. I'll put on some music. Maybe we'll decide if we want to do a raid or something. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.